Right. I'll make a start now. I'm just waiting for the last of the attendees to virtually make their way into the room. Just want to say good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. My name's Adam Bryan. I'm the Chief Executive of the South East Local Enterprise Partnership. We're the local enterprise partnership that covers Essex, Kent and East Sussex. Our role over the years has been to operate as the primary conduits for economic growth funding into that area. And that's something that we will continue to do over the years to come. And this, the example today of the COVID recovery funds is a really good example of the type of work that we want to be undertaking in the future. My role today is very simply just to make sure that we get through as much of the detail of the funds as possible in the short time that we have. I want to make it a really good session, information packed, and importantly, giving people the opportunity to tell you how these are going to work and give you the opportunity to ask any questions that strike you straight away. Again, thank you to everybody. We've been absolutely thrilled by the level of engagement in today's session and all the registrations that we've seen in advance. We want to thank you for attending. We want to thank everybody involved in our partnership and our extended networks for your support in ensuring these schemes are made available to the right people and through the best channels available. And that's what today's all about. It's about kicking off these programs and introducing the people who will be delivering them to you. So back in 2020, SELEP's strategic board agreed to repurpose some of our existing funding that was available to the partnership to focus on support for businesses recovering from the impacts of the pandemic at a time that we all recognise that brings unprecedented challenge and a real need for us to support investment in response to the crisis. All the board recognised that action was needed, and there was absolutely unanimous support to take this action forward. In developing the programme, we've used our knowledge and experience from our excellent network and partnerships together with comprehensive data and intelligence. We needed to ensure our funds were spent in those areas that would have the biggest impact, where it was needed most, and crucially, actually, where we recognised that there were gaps in other provision. Now, my secretariat team have worked really hard to develop this into what you see today, which is two things. Firstly, a £2.4 million business support fund, which contains three elements. One, a business success program for pre-start and startups. Two, something called Adapting with Digital, which is a digital capability program for businesses. And thirdly, a program specifically aimed at visitor economy. The second element of it is a £2 million skills recovery fund, which contains, again, three elements. Firstly, the digital bridge, which provides kit connectivity and access to basic digital training for businesses and individuals. The digital skills program, which offers training in digital skills, and particularly those from typically disadvantaged communities to enjoy successful careers in tech. And a COVID recovery academy, a training and skills program for those recently unemployed or redundant due to the impact of COVID-19. All of these are to support the recovery period in 2021, investing directly in those areas across the South East where it will make the biggest possible difference. We're proud to be supporting those areas most in need and where there are gaps from government or other schemes. And we're proud to be supporting new and startup businesses, the visitor economy, and those recently made redundant, and helping boost digital capability for businesses and individuals. To start today, we obviously, as you will have noticed, undertook a short poll to get a sense of your motivation for attending the session. Pleased to see understanding the programs on offer came out as a strong winner. So I would have been a bit concerned if we'd have had a strong response for the latter questions on that list. So good to know that that what we've got coming up over the course of the next few minutes really will provide you hopefully with exactly what you need. The format of today's session will be short introduction presentations from each of the providers, where you'll get to find out who they are, the detail of what's on offer, who it's for, and how you can help us to reach those end users and ensure the right people can get the help and support that they need. Please submit any questions through the Q&A function. And for those not asking questions, and if there's nothing that particularly strikes you personally, please use this upvote option so you can promote any questions that you think particularly hit the mark. So without any further delay, we'll move into the first of the sessions. And the first session is on the Business Success Programme. And Shelley from WSX, the provider of that particular one, has prepared a video in advance, and we'll move into that now. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Shelley Collins-Trevitt and I work at WSX Enterprise Limited, and I will be supporting our project manager on the delivery of the startup business support called the Business Success Programme. I've recorded this presentation as I'm unable to attend the launch event in person today, and I am going to provide you with a brief overview of the Business Success Programme. Now, the programme will be delivered virtually and will consist of a number of different elements, including business startup courses, one-to-one consultations. There will be a specialist week-long event next year. There will be access to a startup app and also a portfolio of online learning materials for people to access anytime. All of this will be supported by one-to-one advice and mentoring from a dedicated business support advisor. Okay, so who is the programme for? We'll be offering support to individuals at the pre-start stage, so anyone with a business idea or individuals with a side hustle that they'd like to make more of, as well as anybody impacted by COVID. So, for example, people made redundant or people at risk of losing their jobs, or even just individuals who have decided they prefer to work for themselves. As well as the pre-start individuals, we'll also be supporting businesses in the first couple of years of trading. The support will be available for your clients in the SELEP region, and you will be able to make referrals to the Business Success Programme. So what kind of thing is on offer? There's going to be a range of interventions planned as part of the programme. Our business support advisor will welcome people onto the programme by way of a virtual one-to-one. The advisor will undertake an initial diagnostic and signpost the client either to the business startup webinar course if they're at the pre-start stage, or the business success webinar course if they're already trading. Anybody completing the business startup course can then join the business success course once they've started their business. The courses will be delivered by two brilliant and highly experienced business growth consultants. And the startup course covers all the essential things that people need when they're thinking about starting a business, including what research they need to do, their business plan, business finance, marketing, and the launch. And the Business Success Programme course delves more deeply into business planning, brand development, business growth, as well as business management. As well as the courses, there will also be a one-to-one after the course. There will be access to ongoing one-to-one support, as well as ongoing one-to-many support by way of short training sessions and network groups and so on, as well as providing dedicated support for grant applications. All of the one-to-one support will be provided by a dedicated business support advisor. At the end of the programme, there will also be a final one-to-one to evaluate their progress. Okay, so what happens next? The business growth consultants are already in place and ready to deliver the courses. The first business startup course will be held in June, with a business success course to follow in July. And I'm currently recruiting for the business support advisor who will be in place by July. So just to summarise, the Business Success Programme is for pre-start individuals and startup businesses in the SELEP region. All support will be delivered virtually via Zoom. Everyone will have access to dedicated one-to-one support to provide the tailored advice that they need, and they will have access to apply to our grant programme. I'm really excited to be working with you all on this programme for startups, and I shall look forward to welcoming our first SELEP clients in June. So goodbye for now, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the event this morning. Thank you.
Hopefully you'll find, everybody, that was a particularly easy to understand and an impactful presentation. I certainly thought so. Thanks to Shelley for that. Important that you saw Shelley's face. She'll be the person leading the programme, but also very important to that programme is Nick Gregory, who's also on the call this morning. So Nick's here. So when we get to the questions towards the end, if you do have any questions that you want answered live, Nick hopefully will be able to take them with some support from my team where appropriate. So thank you very much for that. So we'll move on to the next session, which is about the Adapting with Digital programme, again delivered for us by WSX. And again, we have a video from Rich Byrne.
So we're entitling the series Adapting with Digital, which is a series that we have run before in other regions. It's very apt, the title, because that is the nature of digital. It is always changing. So this series of events and courses and one-to-ones will be called Adapting with Digital. So I'm just going to run through some of the main sessions. So we're going to run digital awareness events, which will be 1-hour events. These are aimed at just generating awareness around digital as a subject. It's a huge, vast subject, so we need to cherry pick some of the key themes and then distill them through these events, which will run as online Zoom events mainly. We may use Teams if necessary, but we mainly run through Zoom. So the idea is to sow seeds of subjects around digital and to have a brief discussion around those and try to engage businesses as well in the programme. So this will also be used as a kind of lead generation exercise as well in your regions. These sorts of events will be available via a booking link, which will be distilled to you and your organisations who are involved in the region. So some of the content that will be in these online awareness events, we can see in front of you, there's some examples listed. This isn't the absolute list, but these are some recommendations of the types of topics that we can cover. But we are open to working with the local regions and including the growth hubs especially to look at some key subjects that you feel might be relevant to your businesses. But what you can see in front of you, things like e-commerce, digital productivity tools, digital marketing, analytics and data, and new digital platforms. These are all things and subjects that I'm sure have been covered previously, but we'll give an updated version of that and our spin on how to engage businesses with those subject matters. But all of this, in terms of the actual content, we've planned dates, which will be shared with you in terms of when we expect to be running these events, but the actual content itself will be shared at a later date when agreed. We'll also be on this programme having digital development officers. So these will be individuals available to have one-to-ones with businesses who have queries around digital. That might be such things as, what do I do with my CRM system? What the hell is digital marketing? Please tell me I don't need to use social media. So we'll have individuals that will work on the contract for the course of the year, and they'll be available through bookable slots, which again will be made available to you through the hubs. We'll also be delivering workshops and masterclasses. So these are an extension of the awareness events and will run separately as a programme, and it'll be called the Adapting with Digital series. And these will be 2-hour sessions. And they will be run by digital development officers, but in correlation and partnership with expert specialists from your region and from specialists that we know within the regions that we've run business support contracts in previously. Also, we'll run an event for the course of a week that we're entitling at this moment in time Digital Week. This will run in February 2020. There'll be 2 workshops per day with a mix of Q&As, expert talks, and interactive sessions. Again, we'll use an online booking system. We actually have an event platform that we will use and share with you so everyone can see who the speakers will be, what the talks will be on, and then again, these can be shared out as links to your community. This is what I'm quite excited about, and I'm heavily involved in myself, and I'll be a co-host for these sessions. So this is You Are the Media, which is a digital and marketing community, essentially, that's born from actually in Dorset, but actually is a global community network now. So part of the contract, we're offering businesses to come on board and be part of this network. Generally, they are sessions run through Zoom, and it explores marketing ideas, tips, discussions, and we have live speakers who join us from across the globe. So previous speakers have been the likes of someone called Mark Schaefer, who is an internationally renowned marketer who shares his key concepts and ideas around marketing, and that will be available to the SELEP region. So if you want a bit more on that and learn what it's about, you can go to youarethemedia.co.uk/lunch club, but that would be made available as a booking link, again, through the hub site. Also, something that's proposed, not in concrete yet, but we are offering to do a marketing leaders forum. We already have one in Dorset and we're just starting one up in Scotland. The idea is that's a forum where marketers and senior marketers can learn and understand more about marketing, but especially the digital world that's evolving. It becomes this space where they can rely upon peers and share some of their woes and frustrations with the evolving digital world. It's worked really well in Dorset. Hence why Scotland have come to us and a region of people there and marketing specialists have said, actually, we'd like to run something similar. And we're proposing that we do that in the Southeast as well. It's yet to be confirmed exactly when we'll do that, but as soon as we know, we will let you know. But these are really, really useful sessions. And actually, over the course of the pandemic have been called marketing therapy sessions, simply because there's a real kind of close-knit community who help each other out and learn, how to sort of deal with marketing and digital in this modern age. And lastly, digital grants. These will be hugely popular, as I'm sure you will imagine. We will, to start with, not be running these until October, because we need to build up a bit of a sort of, expression of interest for these. They will be sought after, as you know, and lots of businesses will come to the fore to want to access these. We only have a limited amount, and they will be distributed as decided by SELEP in correlation probably with growth hubs to decide how many are available per region. We will, for the early parts of this grants programme, set up a bit of a brick wall in the sense that if we make it too easily available, we'll have too many applicants and then you'll have a lot of disappointed people in the region. So we need to make sure the eligibility criteria is strict and that only certain types of businesses can access it once they've already accessed the programme. And that is going to be one of the remits of this, is that they have to have access to one-to-one with a DDO, Digital Development Officer, and probably been on a course already before they can even access it. But for anyone looking to support us and help distribute these grants, that's why it'd be quite important in the early stages to signpost to our events, because once they've been on those events and had a one-to-one, they can then access the grants, which will come in October, straight November time. Also, there'll be online resources, an on-demand portal full of courses, pre-recorded content, recorded content that's live from the digital webinars we'll be running, and also courses on how-to, so how-to with SEO, for instance, and how to build a Wix website, some examples of the content that we've got live and we'll share with you. There'll also be made available DNA6, which is an online digital communications tool, which a license will be made available to the SELEP region. And then we'll have the consultant who works for DNA6 will work with businesses to complete diagnostic tools and also look at evaluating plans to move forward with their digital communications. So we're really looking forward to using that. And that's it for me. It's been really, really quick. But just to say, this kind of last image just represents kind of, the partnership work that we'll be doing. This is obviously referring to the growth hubs in the region, but WSX Enterprise is an organisation working with the South East LEP to bring you services and events that can be distilled out into your communities, very much as a collaborative approach and something there to offer additionality. And all of the communications and how to book and access all of these things will come over the coming weeks. But thank you for listening, and I hope you found this useful.
One of the areas that consistently comes through to us as an issue for business is digital adaptation, and I think the fact that we can cover that off as part of this program is fantastic. So thanks to colleagues from WSX, and thanks to Rich for his presentation there as well. Next, we'll move into another video, and actually a hybrid of video and live update on the visitor economy program that we're running. So first of all, I'll hand over to the video and to Deirdre Wells from Visit Kent to give us a bit of an introduction, and then Steve Law will just follow that up with a minute or two to give a bit more on the program.
Good morning, and thank you for joining today's webinar on our exciting new project to support the visitor economy. My name is Deirdre Wells, and I'm the Chief Executive of Visit Kent. I'm sorry that I'm unable to join you live, but as you may know, this week is English Tourism Week, a key event to bring our vital industry to the attention of politicians across the land, and a project which I am privileged to chair. And as such, I'm today escorting Nigel Huddleston, the Minister for Tourism and Sport, across the length and breadth of Kent, and making sure that he's under no illusion about the impact which COVID has had on our industry and the support which we need to get it back up and running. There is no doubt that the past year has been incredibly challenging for our businesses. Visit Britain figures announced this week have shown that tourism revenue in 2020 was down by 50%. And with social distancing restrictions meaning that many businesses are operating at significantly less than capacity, the recovery this year will be slow and steady at best. The support of local and national bodies for our sector has never been needed more and has, in many cases, made the difference between survival and not for the thousands of SMEs which are the backbone of our sector. The South East Local Enterprise Partnership, which was set up to support businesses across Kent, Sussex and Essex, has been an excellent example of an organisation providing prompt, targeted support to businesses across the region. The team at SELEP were keenly aware of the impact of the pandemic on an industry which is one of the largest employers in the South East. We were therefore delighted to be awarded this funding to support the industry in its long road to recovery. Working with our colleagues in East Sussex and Essex, this project will have two key elements. Firstly, grants for businesses to support innovation and diversification, something for which our industry has become truly renowned, and which will greatly help in ensuring that our industry can adapt to our new post-pandemic world. Secondly, support for our towns and villages to recurate their high streets, putting the visitor economy at the heart of their offer and ensuring that as the world of work evolves, our local places can seize the opportunity to flourish and thrive. This project supports our earlier SELEP funding programme designed to boost consumer confidence, which will culminate in a regional bigger weekend this year, allowing residents across the region to bid for free tickets to attractions and to invite friends and family to enjoy the tourism gems on their doorstep. This event will provide the short-term shot in the arm which we need to reboot our visitor economy. Today's project will build on that success, ensuring that the short-term jumpstart is supported by a long-term strategy to enable our industry to adapt to changing consumer trends and enable us to deliver a strong year-round offer which builds communities, jobs and prosperity for our region. My thanks to the team at the South East LEP and our partners at East Sussex and Essex. We really look forward to working with you on this exciting project. Thank you.
Brilliant. So that was Deirdre, our CEO. I am live. I'm not a video, just so everyone's clear. So my name's Steve Law. I'm head of programme delivery at Visit Kent, and I just wanted to give you a few more details in terms of what we will be doing and who is eligible for the grants that we'll be working to give out. So our grants will be directly available to SMEs involved in the visitor economy within the SELEP region. So that's those including tourism, culture, leisure, events and hospitality sectors, as well as the critical elements of their supply chains as well. The grants will focus on those businesses that can demonstrate that they've been negatively impacted by COVID-19, but will also seek to maximise the protection of jobs and the protection of businesses and those that have missed out on other government COVID-19 grants. So we will be looking at launching the grant scheme mid-July, and all of the information in terms of eligibility for different businesses, etc., will be located on the Regional Growth Hub websites as well as the South East LEP's sites as well. So you'll be able to find that information in the coming weeks. So following our grant programme, as Deirdre says, we will be looking at doing a visitor economy reboot. So working in collaboration with organisations across the SELEP region, those organisations that are encouraging people to live, work, visit, invest and study in our brilliant area, and businesses across private, local authority, charity and education sectors. So looking at the whole piece here, to identify existing place-based initiatives. So identifying things that are already going on to promote our brilliant destinations, and working with them and eventually culminating in a series of place-based campaigns So marketing campaigns essentially for each of the SELEP counties, and supporting those businesses that are involved in the grant scheme, but also promoting those place-based initiatives that are going on to really invigorate our economy, attract growing visitor numbers that will start to boost our economy essentially. So that's what we're looking at doing with our programme. As I say, grant schemes will launch in mid-July, and more information in terms of the eligibility of businesses will be available in the coming weeks. But I look forward to answering any questions as we move forward in today's programme. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much there, Steve, and please extend our thanks to Deirdre as well. It's, you know, if there is a sector that really characterises the sense of place, then, you know, it's the visitor economy sector, and really, you know, the fact that we can cover that through this programme as well is a really positive thing. So thank you, and good luck with the delivery of the programme. So we'll move on now into the second half, if you like, of the programmes. Those activities that are focused on skills and skills support. So we'll move on now to the first of three presentations, and I'm delighted to hand over to Matt Adam, who's the Chief Exec of We Are Digital, who will be introducing the Digital Bridge programme. I'll say that one quickly.
Thanks, Adam. Yeah, a bit of a tongue twister. Hi, everyone. Really good to be here. I'm just going to share my screen. Give me 1 second, as it's not a pre-recorded video. Here we go. Hopefully this will work. Tell me if you can't see that. Brilliant. So yeah, really good to be here. I'm the Chief Executive of We Are Digital, and we're really excited to launch our SELEP programme, and wanted to just very briefly take you through just three things really. A little bit about us to tell you who we are, a bit of information about the particular lot that we were awarded and what we'll be delivering. And then most importantly, because I can see the questions on the chat already, information about eligibility and how you can refer into the programme. So I'll dive straight in. So a little bit about We Are Digital. We're a leading digital skills and financial skills training and outsourcing business. So we work across the UK. We mainly work for councils and housing associations. So we have a lot of experience helping to get people online and digitally skilled up back into work, and also helping people to manage their money. We do that through a one-stop shop. So we have a network of centres all around the UK. We have a network of trainers all around the UK, and it's all led from a central call centre and team in the Midlands, and we work in about 40 regions of the UK. So we're proud to be a social impact business. As some of you may know, I think I saw a question on the chat on this. It basically mixes profit with purpose. So we have social impact investors. We take a lot of time and invest a lot in measuring our social impact. 100% of our revenue helps people in need, and we're not allowed to work on low impact projects. So we have a mission lock in our legals. So it's kind of like a modern version of a social enterprise. So we're really proud to be that structure as a company, and all of our projects help people in need or who are excluded of some sort. We've shown you a bit about our offering below. So we do quite a lot around basic digital skills training and further higher level digital skills training, but I'll jump on to the programme we're delivering here for SELEP. So we were awarded Lot 3, which was called Digital Skills for All. Obviously, you're going to hear a lot about different programmes today. So I wanted to just put into perspective where we fit into the whole. So this lot is basically, if you know anyone in the SELEP region who is trying to get back into work, is unemployed, is retraining, who's in a current role, or is self-employed, within that, if they have a digital skills need, that's who you can refer to us. So this is basically a one-stop shop digital skills program related to employability. So we don't do the employability bit. Other providers are doing that. That's quite key to mention. But we do the specialist digital skills part of that. So we provide three things, or we will be providing three things. It just mentions there at the bottom. So our target is about 2,300 people. So there's funding to help a lot of people in this region. And the three areas we'll be supporting will be connectivity. So we'll be providing prepaid data, SIMs and MiFis for people that need connection to the internet if they haven't got that. The second is we'll be providing equipment, so free tablets for those people that need them. And the third is the skills training to utilize that. So we're going to be doing very short sessions to get people online to use their equipment and utilize the internet access. And then we'll be running remote and in-person, COVID willing, digital skills sessions with our trainers remotely over video, so Zoom and Teams and things like that, and also fortnightly group webinars. So we'll do both one-to-one and group training to help people utilize the equipment, train up on digital skills, and get back into work. And then just lastly, I'll finish with eligibility and how we can take referrals in. So just going left to right, we'll obviously be trying to get referrals from our existing partners. We work with a lot of housing associations, local authorities, people like Lloyds Bank, the Home Office. So we're going to be doing a lot of cross referrals from our other programs. But we're very keen to hear from all of you here today and other organisations that you know. So as it mentions at the bottom left, anyone from housing associations, local authority, employability teams, if you're an employability charity, from Job Centre Plus, obviously the Restart award that was given out recently to Reed in partnership and all of their supply chain partners. So if you know anyone that needs this help, please get in touch with us. And then just moving along to the middle section, we're also taking direct referrals. So I saw someone asked a question on this, and yes, for our program, we'll take both referrals from partners, i.e. organizations, one or many referrals that you can give to us. And then we'll also take direct referrals. So this is from individuals themselves that can self-refer. And the eligibility is written on the right-hand side. Obviously, I think this presentation is going to be shared, but essentially it's anyone that has been affected by COVID in terms of employment. So that may be on furlough, maybe unemployed, made redundant, or actually it may be someone in work that needs to retrain, or there's a certain barrier for them to get employment where digital skills, equipment, and internet access can help alleviate that. And just to finish, probably the most important bit, how you can refer into us. I'll put this on the chat in a second so you can copy it down, but we essentially have two websites. We have one where partners can come on and you get all the information there that I've talked through today, and you can refer to us through that, through an online form. We have a direct website that's slightly different for people that want to come in themselves to self-refer. You can also call us on the number that's mentioned there at the bottom, and people can text skills to 88440, and we'll pick up all referrals through all of those channels. So I'll put that on the chat now, and thanks for listening.
Matt, thank you very much indeed. Very informative, very helpful. I would just add on referrals as well. You've also got the options of either going through the South East Business Hub website, which is the SELEP website, which sort of encapsulates all the growth hubs together, or indeed you can go through your local growth hub as well as the route that Matt just mentioned in respect of that particular program. But indeed there are lots of ways to be referred through to access this support. Thank you very much, Matt. So just moving on to our next presentation, we've got Janice Ray, who's the Chief Executive of Tech Talent, who will be delivering for us the SELEP Digital Skills Programme.
Thank you. Thanks, Adam. So I'm just going to, sorry, Amy's sharing my slides. That's great. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm the founder of Tech Talent. Really excited to be here to talk to everyone today. A tiny bit of background about myself. So I left school at 17. Knew that I didn't want to go to university at that point, but knew that I really wanted to code. So I learned how to code, and it was such a good choice, I have to say, because now I've got my own tech company, and I just wanted to let everybody know that anything and everything is possible when you learn. And this is a really exciting intervention that we're working closely with South East SELEP on, where we're going to be supporting gender diversity in tech. So the programmes that we're going to be introducing people to today are about supporting women into tech. Next slide, please. And here's some of the key facts. So 100,000 tech jobs to be advertised next month. But the biggest kept secret is that there is actually no one to fill these jobs. unless we help people reskill and support them into work. And it's not really anything to sort of shy away from or be worried about, because currently there's hundreds of thousands of people right across the UK learning to code. No one has to feel that they're on their own with this. It's a huge sort of training intervention that we're all going through at the moment. Next slide, please. And this is where the students are coming from. So every single sector you can think of, from hospitality to the care sector. And our students are graduates, they're college leavers, they're returners to work. They're underemployed, they're in low paid jobs, and they're career changers, and they're all moving into tech at a rapid pace, which is exciting. Next slide, please. So more details about the programme. This is what the activity looks like, and there's some amazing options in here, from cloud computing through to cybersecurity, data and software development. One of the programmes here, the Women in Cloud part-time programme, will be the first pilot that's happened globally, which we're bringing to the South East, which we're super excited about, and that's to make it more accessible to women. Next slide, please. And this is where I really wanted to just express how valuable these training places are. So if you had few £1,000s in your back pocket, you could easily go to an academy and fund your own place, and they will charge up to £14,000 for that training. So these places are really like gold dust. It's not oh, this is a free training course, I could take it or leave it. This will be life-changing for you. So there's some sort of criteria on the left-hand side around what a free space looks like, what a funded place looks like. The bar is very low, so we're not looking for people that are coming from tech. We're not looking for people that have got degrees in computer science. We're making it as inclusive as we can to all, and looking for people that are really sort of tech curious and would love to move into that sector. Next slide, please. And why tech talent? So we are super passionate about tech, obviously. We make the experience as fun and engaging and simple as possible. So we boil it all down into simple steps. You'll come out with a really valuable qualification. So you'll have at the end of your course AWS qualification or Microsoft qualification or a BCS qualification. And importantly, we support you into work, and we've got an amazing supportive employer network. I've mentioned some of the big names that people will recognise there. However, we are super excited to engage with lots of small and medium-sized businesses in the South East to support them and see how we can help them recruit the talent they desperately need. Next slide, please. Great, so that's just a really quick overview of tech talent and what we're doing. Thank you so much, and please do reach out if there's anything we can do to help.
Janice, thank you very much indeed. That was very helpful and very clear. Thank you. So I'll just move us on now, just a little bit conscious of time, so I want a few minutes for questions as well, into our last presentation, which is from Jackie Orton from the Shaw Trust, who's going to talk to us for a few minutes on the COVID Recovery Academy, which is easier to say than Digital Bridge.
Thank you, Adam. I think my presentation is going to be shared by Amy.
Hi Jackie, are you able to share your screen? I haven't got your presentation.
Okay, it was sent over. Sorry, and I can't share my screen. However, I'll talk through it. And then everyone will have it. Okay, so Jackie Orton, I am the Chief Corporate Officer of the Shaw Trust Group. We are a large national charity, however, have a significant presence in the South East. So what is the COVID Recovery Academy? The COVID Recovery Academy is one of our academies. We have a construction, care, business skills and digital skills academies to support people to be able to either reskill, upskill, or learn new skills to move into good employment and support good society. So our contract is around working with approximately 1,002 people, and we do have around about 8,000 employers who we work with across the wider South East SELEP region, and obviously the different federated areas. And we do this through the different contracts that we already have in the South East. I'm sorry, I'm looking at two different screens here. So what is our programme about? Our programme is ultimately working with individuals over a 4-week programme to be able to support them to move into highly effective and sustainable work opportunities across the whole of the region. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So our programme starts with an induction with career information, advice and guidance. And what we're looking to do is identify the different skills that individuals need in order to move into employment. But what's really important about this is the fact that the jobs that people have had may be a similar job that they want to move back into, but there will be changes to those roles as a result of the pandemic. So there may be hybrid working, there may be new skills requirements, there may be different skills requirements, and our aim is to support those people who are coming to us, who have been recently unemployed or made redundant, and who will be coming to us once the likes of furlough, etc., really starts to impact us too. So we're getting ready and geared up in order to support those individuals. As a result of that advice and guidance, then what we will be doing is looking at CV development, and everything I've just described there will be to create a really solid, forward-thinking CV to be able to help people to move on. But the key thing is ensuring that they have the right interview, the right interview skills have been achieved, they have the right digital skills, and also the right vocational skills. So whatever they choose to move into, we are able to support people from a vocational perspective. So what we'd be looking to do is undertake a week of accredited training, a week of non-accredited training, and a week of work experience as well. Now, obviously, we can be flexible over that 4-week period to get the best out of the different things that we can offer to support the best opportunities for those individuals who are coming to us. Thank you. Next slide, please. So who are we? In terms of being a national charity, our delivery will be through one of the subsidiary organisations that we own. So Ixion Holdings is the Learning and Skills division who runs our academies on behalf of the Shaw Trust. They are a Grade 1 Ofsted Outstanding national training provider. However, the important thing is that we put care into developing and progressing careers from pre-employment right up to senior levels. So we do deliver from entry level up to level 6 and work in partnership with universities for level 7. But the key aspect of this programme is about identifying where someone is in their journey when they come to us, where they want to get to, and how we support them to get there. Thank you. So across the South East, we work across the whole of the South East region and have, I'd say, a very established history of working across the region, with one of our main offices being in Chelmsford. So in terms of the individuals who we currently support, we would be looking to move as many people as possible through the academy, and that is including those people who perhaps are on individual personalised employment support. So perhaps those who are perhaps harder to help, they have significant barriers and they may have disabilities as well in order to be able to support them to move on. Through our Building Better Opportunities contract in Kent, through the big lottery, we're able to support people with wider skills needs to be able to progress into employment. We run New Enterprise Allowance across the whole of Essex and Kent. So that's the business startup entrepreneurial programme. So really looking forward to working with partners to be able to support those individuals to access your programmes as well, to be able to move those people forward. But we also run JETS across the whole of the South East, and that the JETS is the job entry targeted support, quite intensified support and training to move people who again are closer to the job market but do need those additional skill support. And obviously, in terms of READ and the Restart activity, we would be looking to support as much as possible there as well. We also run Work and Health programme, and we also run Live Well Kent. So all of those individuals who need perhaps additional health and wellbeing support, we can support those individuals to access the Academy too, and any necessary programmes to help move them into work. We have an established work with the Ministry of Justice through our justice contracts with youth, and obviously from a wider learning and skills brief. And for those individuals who perhaps need additional support as well, we do actually run the Community Action Fund COVID-19 recovery across the whole region. And this all links into the academy approach that we have across the different sectors that we work in. Thank you. So our website for this contract is going live today, and that will be accessed through Natasha Church, who is going to be the head of service for this contract, and ixienholdings.com/pathway to jobs is the site. So that will be up and running today. We are able to take referrals almost immediately. We have the setup in place, and what we can also do as well is working collaboratively across the complete range of programmes. We can support everyone to work together to identify and perhaps deliver the social value return on investment, which is certainly required across the South East SELEP, to be able to inform effectively just how well the programme is working as a result of what we're all doing together. So I really do look forward to working with everyone in order to ensure that we can deliver the best value to get the best outcome for everyone who's working on these programmes. Thank you.
Jackie, thank you very much indeed, and thank you to all the speakers so far. Been really quick, but really good, and so hopefully everybody watching agrees. Really good use of 47 minutes thus far. Very informative, so thank you. Just to reiterate, just looking at the questions coming through and some of the messages, just to be really clear, all the details pertaining to what you've heard today, the presentations, the links, how to sort of access everything will all be available on the SELEP website as well from today, and we will make sure that we send all those links to all attendees, so all of you will receive all requisite information pertaining to the programs, and of course as things develop and maybe more things come on stream, those links will be useful to just keep half an eye on. So just looking at the questions that have come through thus far, we've had a few on referrals, which I think we've done a little bit to answer over the last few minutes. I'm noticing a few around general eligibility, and I wondered, Joe Simmons, who is Business Development Manager in SELEP, who's had a lot of responsibility for pulling this together, if you might just be able to address some of those, Joe?
Happy to, Adam. And I'm noticing that the questions coming through on eligibility are related to the business support courses. So they're going to be different eligibility criteria for each of the 3 programmes. For pre-starts and startups, this is around, for the pre-start course, eligibility will be around having a business idea and a business plan. And for the startups, the basic eligibility is around being registered, either a registered business or having sole trader status, because I've noticed that's a question that's come through the chat as well. In terms of adapting with digital, the basic eligibility criteria is around being able to demonstrate as a small business that you are making a step change or attempting to make a step change with digital or technology in response to a negative impact from COVID-19. And the way in which that eligibility can be explored a little bit more is through registering interest or booking into the activities on those programs, which links to the question and answer about accessing and referrals. So you might either be speaking to your Growth Hub advisor who can signpost you to those booking links, or you can go directly to the dedicated webpage, which will be signposted on various pages on both the South East Business Hub website and the SELEP website, to speak directly to the programme advisors who can chat you through a diagnostic and see whether the programme is suitable for you. And in terms of the visitor economy grants, As Steve mentioned earlier, eligibility criteria will be available in the next few weeks directly on the South East Business Hub website, where there'll be an application form to complete as well.
Thank you, Joe. That's really helpful indeed. As you were speaking there, I was just sort of flicking through all the questions that have come through. Quite a few were around eligibility, quite a few were around referrals. But what we will do around any of the questions that we haven't directly answered, we'll review them all, and we'll try and get all the answers across to you over the course of the coming days. So I'm really conscious that we've gone a few minutes over time, so I didn't necessarily want to keep people for too much longer. Really just remains for me to thank everybody for attending. We've had great attendance. At one point during this event, we had over 200 people engaged, which, you know, for us is a really good number. We're really chuffed with that. So thank you. Thank you to everybody who's presented, to everybody who's helped develop this, to the providers. And hopefully we can have a real impact. For me, one of the things that we want to do here is demonstrate, certainly to government, how impactful things like this can be, with the hope that we can do more of it down the line. So linked to that, I think getting the comms out is going to be important. So we've got a few hashtags we're going to start using, as you might expect. You know, doing a conference on Zoom and mentioning hashtags gets me proper modern. So hashtag Southeast Recovery Funds, hashtag growth, hashtag local recovery, hashtag LEPs. I think whoever wrote that down for me to say was taking the mickey out of me. But if you can you use those as you put this out on social media, if you choose to do so, and would encourage you to do so, that would be fantastic. We want to get the message out about the fact that we're doing this, and certainly we want to, you know, have it, most importantly, have as a positive impact in the local economies as possible. So I've really enjoyed this morning. It's been fantastic. It's been great to have so many of you. It's been really interesting to hear about all the programs. Thank you to everybody. I think hopefully where you are, the sun is out, which is a bit of a rare treat over the course of the last few weeks. So enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks very much for joining, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.